Hi there and welcome. Dina Merhbi here, business and body balance coach. I'm so excited to talk about today's topic. So I don't know if you saw my latest Insta story or Facebook story. I talked about, discipline trumps motivation. And I think 75% of people said no. And hey, I'm here to explain why, because this might be the one thing that many people actually misunderstand, and they're waiting for this motivation to create this amazing change in their life, and then it just doesn't work out. And I don't want that for you. So as I'm signing on, tell me hello right below. If you're watching the replay, tell me hello, #replay. Always excited to know who is joining in as I am sharing this over on different social media. So the reason why I'm talking today about discipline and motivation, because it's something that I talked about yesterday in my private group, the Let's Eat Mastermind, and it was really a key takeaway. And I was like, oh my God, I need to share this with everybody here, because this is going to truly change how you set your goal and how to actually create success and reach that goal and not keep doing the same resolution over and over and over. So you might hear like some jingles in the background, because I don't know if you have a dog or if you work from home, but they love playing as I start my Facebook Live. I think they get annoyed that I'm talking to myself in a certain way. They do not understand that I have an audience there. So tell me hello right below. And I would also love to know, what goals have you been trying to set yourself and you feel like, oh, something is not working? And as well, I don't know why can't I find sometimes a video? And as well, I want you to share. It's always this confusing. So I want to share what is the goal, and I would love to know right below. Do you believe discipline trumps and gets over the motivation, or do you need motivation more than discipline to reach your goal? Share right below as I'm sharing this with many people that need to watch it. We're getting there. And very often we keep kind of talking about this motivation, right? I'm not motivated.
No, right below.
No, I can hear myself. We're like, I'm not motivated, maybe not today. And then we have this million and one things that pops up. We decide not to do it, and then we postpone. And then we're like, if I was motivated enough, I would do it. If I really wanted it, I would do it. So trust me, I'm cleaning up all this knowledge because it's not your fault. We've all been trained to be, how can I say this, in a failing system. And one more place to share, and then I am all yours. So tell me hello right below. If you know somebody who needs to hear this after, share it with them, share it with your best friends, share it with your family. Because the more that people can actually understand this, the more life-changing it's going to be. And my aim is to create kind of like the snowball effect. I want the things to be shared. I want it to change people's life, because a lot of things that I give are totally free, and I really want people to change their life, because it doesn't have to be this hard. So let me try to bring this in a simple way. Perfect. There we go. So whenever you are looking at creating a change, right, there is a motivation factor that makes us decide that we want to change something. For example, I want to lose weight. I want to make money in my business. I want to start dating again. I want to have a family, whatever goal it is. I'm going to use now in terms of more your health, because I've been working with people suffering from binge eating and weight issues for the past 20 years. So it's going to be maybe relating to a lot of people as well. So very often weight loss is one of the biggest New Year's resolutions, right? So it's like, I want to lose weight. I want to fit into my clothing. I want to wear a bikini on my trip. So sometimes there is that kind of motivation, and I'm going to say it's going to be that extrinsic motivation, is that external motivation. So we have this external thing that we're like, I want to reach, and we start like eating better, we start training, we kind of like throw the foods that we're not able to control, and so on and so forth, right? So we have this external motivation that is helping us. Could be an event, it could be a wedding, it could be something, right? Sometimes we have like, I want to lose 10 pounds, but there's like a goal behind it. But there's two things that kind of are at fault with that. When you are setting yourself on a goal that is external to an event, to a number, like on the scale, it's external. To fitting into a certain size, it's still external, it's still body and out. Then you're setting your goals up to something that is totally, in a certain way, beyond your control. Number one, the event. What happens after the event? Do we stick to the plan or we get off of it? The trip, same thing. The scale, what if the scale is broken? We're setting our motivation to that, right? So I'm trying to bring in, like, there's an external type of motivation. And that is outside of our control. Things can change it. And it's really superficial in a certain way. I'm not talking like superficial, like not real. Like, I know your goals are very important too. I know that motivation, but I'm saying it's very surface type. But there's a big difference between external motivation and internal motivation. Okay? Internal motivation is what creates that inner flame, that inner drive that helps people stick to disciplined, daily, aligned actions to reach their goals. So yes, sometimes you need that motivation, but more of an intrinsic motivation, internal motivation to help jumpstart your goal path. So you might be wondering, what's an intrinsic? An intrinsic motivation is something that's really deep down. It's like your cores, your values, your way of life, your purpose of life. And when you're able to bring in this kind of intrinsic internal motivation, it's like deep inside of you. It's kind of part of your identity. And that no matter what happens around, event or no event, wedding or no wedding, scale or no scale, you are so focused on this internal state of motivation that it's going to be much easier to stay on track and reach your goals. But this is where discipline is the winning factor. Because you can think it and feel it and visualize and have a vision board in terms of maybe some of the external things that you want to reach, but more the internal things. How do you want to feel? How do you want to be? What do you want your energy to be? But if you just plaster that on a vision board or you journal about it every day, if you don't create aligned actions and you're disciplined in bringing them every single day, you can wish yourself for success. You can try to think that manifestation or positive thinking and positive affirmations, it's not going to work because we are still living in a physical world. And physical actions, emotional actions, mental actions, everything will help you move forward. And this is why we're talking about external and internal motivation, understanding the difference between both. Whenever you're setting yourself to set a goal, especially weight loss, it's for my trip, it's for my wedding, it's for someone's event. As soon as that event or trip is done, what happens after? We completely get off track and we're not feeling good. We're so proud of what we reach, but we set our goal to a due date, and what happens beyond the due date? We go back to our old habits. That's why dieting does not work. But if you're able to take that, and that's what I'm going to give you as a homework as I drink a little water. So the process, as we're working more and more in terms of helping people create that aligned action and goal setting, and for it to come from them, not from a superficial thing, but from an internal thing, it's list out all the external things. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to reach that goal? Why you want to launch your online business? Why you want to make $10,000 a month? Like, just brain dump it, right? Write everything out there. You might say, I want to fit into a size 4. I want to fit back into my wedding dress. Like, no bars. Like, just write it all down. But then I want you to go in a 5-step process of digging deeper into your intrinsic motivation. And that's what we do with a lot of NLP coaching, neuro-linguistic programming that I do with my clients, is we dig deeper to better understand that inner fire, that switch that you need to help you stay consistent. So if you're curious about a coaching session like that, just message me. I would be more than happy to do this amazing exercise with you. So you want to take this external motivation. We're human, it happens. And then I want you to go 5 levels down. For example, Why do you want to lose? Maybe 10 levels down, okay? You can go as deep as you're possible. So let's say you tell yourself, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds because I want to fit into my clothing. I want to fit into my clothing because I'm going to feel better. If I feel better, I'm going to be able to be more confident. If I'm more confident, I'm going to be more connected to my relationship. If I'm more connected to my relationship, I'm going to be more fulfilled. Like, so you see, we're going down, 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 down to the core in your heart of why you want to reach that goal. And this is, you want to bring that shift from the external, things that you really have no control over, to bringing that internal motivation that is so down to your core. And really, like, when you hear it, when you listen to it, and when you write it, it has to give you a little wow, like you hit the jackpot. You know, you got there, you open the treasure chest. There's a feeling that happens when you get down to that core. And you might be like, no, I just want to feel better in my clothing, and you don't go deeper into that because it's hard to go deep within ourselves with our mentality that we have to focus on the external. This is why private coaching is the best thing to kind of bring you down, because when you're able to kind of get down to that, oh my Lord, fireworks happen. And this is where you have that kickstart, that inner fire of motivation. So you need that one, right? Just losing 10 pounds and changing your wardrobe doesn't give people a passion. Or focusing on a wedding or focusing on an event could be something, but then once the event and the wedding is done, you go back to your old habits, right? And we don't want to go back. You build this amazing thing. Why not find a way to sustain it? And to sustain it is dig deep, dig deep. If you want us to dig deep, you message me. And it's only when you have this motivation that's intrinsic, this like soul shaking, your purpose of why you want to reach that, then you take some time off, you read what you wrote, and you're like, okay, what do I have to do to make this happen? Because this is so earth-shattering, life-changing, needing inner motivation. What do I need to get done to make this happen? And then you write the action plan, okay? I need to work with Dina. I need to get coached. I need to train. I need to heal my binge eating. I need to take more self-care. I need to get out that toxic environment that I'm in. Like, you just list it all, right? So you dug deep for the intrinsic motivation. You listed all the actions, just brain dump now. You might feel like, oh my God, there's so much. You're just brain dumping because at one point you're going to find those core things that you want to bring in. But it's nice to write all those action plans. It's like those endless to-do lists. If you don't get it done, nothing's going to happen. So then you pick what from those actions that you wrote that you feel good about, that you can focus on for this coming week, not the 50 things you wrote on your list. What can you be disciplined with to do? Focus on 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can do every single day to get you into feeding that need, that fire that you have inside of you. So you see, we went from the superficial external motivation, brought you down to that internal motivation that you need, and then you're gonna brain dump like what is aligned to you of everything that you need to do. Some things you might not want to do and some things you do, so always pick the ones that you want to do. And then, yes, I'm gonna do this, 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 and I'm gonna be disciplined, and I'm gonna pencil it in, I'm gonna do it. Because you can think positive thoughts, you can feel that feeling of reaching your goal, you can have all that action plan, you can write it all up, but if you do not do the steps, the actions, the aligned actions that are actually according to your inner motivation, nothing is going to change. And this is why the only thing that is between you and your goal is you. Because very often we don't dig deep, so we get into a goal and we're like, nah, it didn't happen, I'll wait next month. Like, it needs to get anchored. Or we do a few things for like a few days and we're like, oh my God, it didn't work, I'm not gonna do this. You need to be disciplined, you need to be consistent, and you need to keep remembering that inner fire, that intrinsic motivation that made you start all this. So it does start with that inner fire. It does continue with that list of aligned actions, but it only gets done with discipline. Easy peasy. And when you're able to do that, you can change anything you want in your life because you're taking responsibility. You're tuning into what your whole, oh my Lord, where am I going with this? Where sometimes when we don't have our goal, we have a hole in our heart, right? We feel empty. You connect to that heart center of really the deep down what you really want, because it has nothing to do with number on the scale. There's so much more. It's not the number. Trust me, it's not the number. I have clients lose weight and still be unhappy. We need to dig to that, right? Dig to that. And when you're digging to that inner heart, inner fire, your heart chakra, you release it with love and compassion and you live your truth, then like, okay, let me brain dump all the actions. Let me focus on the ones that bring me joy, that maybe feels a little overwhelming, but I feel good and excited and I love doing this. And then you bring that plan, you are disciplined in adding it. You don't have to add the same thing every day, but you need to find your core non-negotiables to add in every day. Because, best example, training, fitness. If you train once a week, it's good. But it's not going to give you results as if you're training 3 times a week. I'm not saying 7 days a week. If you like it, you like it. But the food, you eat like 5-6 times a day. If there's one that's deviated, it's fine. You have so many other moments to catch up. But fitness is kind of limited. So you need to be disciplined of what are those non-negotiables. Let's talk about your business. You cannot write 1 post a week and expect people are going to be like flooding into wanting to work with you. You don't have to post every day in a certain way. You don't have to do Facebook Lives every single day. But you need to see that inner fire of why you want to do what you do, why you want to reach that goal. Brain dump everything that feels fun and exciting to actually create and to show up as. And then be disciplined to do at least 2 or 3 of those every single day. So by the end of the day, you can check mark things that you did. How empowering is that? That's goal setting. It's as simple, smart, actionable, and all that. Oh my God, I do teach that in a certain way because some people like that structure. But even if it's measurable and you give yourself a date and you give the numbers and you weigh yourself and so on, and you don't hit those numbers, what's going to happen? You're going to quit. Pretty much you will. And this is why the old way of actually setting goals is setting us all to failure, because it's so mental, it's so external. We need to dig deep to the true reason why you want to reach that goal. And then the world is yours. So if you enjoyed this and you think this would be something benefit to you, you can do so many things with this video. Number 1, you can actually go on the 3 dots right above and save it. You can actually share it to yourself in your private messenger, your private box. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can as well save it in your library, which is honestly amazing. And if you know somebody would benefit from this, share it with them. Tag them right below. Because the more we're able, this is another thing with change and creating our goals. The more you have more amazing people around you that are thinking like you, the more you're going to empower each other to move forward and reach your goals. Because if I believe that way and I have somebody else who thinks completely different, oh my God, it's not working. But imagine building that little amazing tribe with your friends and family and your partner, and you're all kind of like digesting all this information. You're kind of creating this like inner manifestation of writing your actions, and you're disciplined and you're motivating each other. Oh my Lord, you're going to be unbeatable. So share, tag, save, share it with yourself, because this is what's been broken with the system. We have been doing goal setting so wrong. We've been waiting always for that fleeting motivation, but you need to dig deep. You need to find fun activities that you want to bring in. And yes, you need to get the work done. Not the whole work, at least a few things every single day, no matter what. And that's what creates a snowball effect. And that's what creates that motivation that a lot of people have of doing things every single day, because they created that momentum. It's not motivation that you're looking for. You are looking for momentum, and consistency and discipline creates momentum that is very often seen as motivation. So I really hope you enjoyed this, because I did. Lovely energy today, because I just did a training. Oh, I love sharing this. If you have any questions, any comments, message me. If you want us to kind of dig deep and create the system with you, oh my God, I would be so honored. Message me. And if you want to know any more information about any program that I work with to help you to be done with the struggle and actually create and reach your goals with this amazing passion, message me. I have a few things up my sleeves: programs, courses, and private coaching. So on that note, thank you for being here. Share this out, and I would love to know what is that deep inner motivation that's going to help you keep moving forward in your goal. On that note, my name is Dina. I'm a business and body balance coach, and I will see you in the next training.